Hello, this is Soundout here, back with another Kamen Rider Gaim review. Today we'll be taking a look at the deluxe Suika arms. You are currently watching the standard version of this video, but if you'd like to watch the Hirotaku enhanced version with a little bit more flair, check the first link below to watch the video, or if you'd like, just stick around and we'll take a look at Suika arms. Alright, so here is deluxe Yorobi Suika arms in its packaging. It's not in its packaging, it's just the box. This is your nice heavy-duty Sentai Mecha cardboard box. It's not going to bend on you too much unless you hit your light around like an idiot like me. But here we are. As you can see, I got a nice picture of Gaim and his orange arms down here. And all the coolness of Suika arms. By far the largest action figure released in the Gaim toyline. And I don't think they're going to top that. This is the big end-of-year item that doesn't sell very well. Except it did sell very well. Unlike the Revel Gary Tow-Ride Vendor, Power Dizer, and Wizard Dragon before it, it's the big end item. But because it's smaller than all of those, it sold a lot better. In addition to being Arms Change series compatible, which is why I own it. I'm not collecting the deluxe lock seeds, I'm not collecting the deluxe line, but I had to get this. This is cool. It is Arms Change compatible, which is why I needed to have it in my collection. It should have been called a deluxe / Arms Change series figure. Whatever. It's an Arms Change figure. As you can see, you got the transformation bits up here. A nice picture of gyro mode here on the side, in addition to the contents image. A nice photoshopped, I must say, highly photoshopped image of Suika arms. And on the bottom, you got this nice Suika arms Kamen Rider Gaim contents and three of the Arms Change figures. I believe the 3 that were out at the time when this was released. Let's not bump the camera now. On the back, you can see that it has all the transformation functions and how you can use the other figures, and it shows Arms Change Series 0, 1, 0, 2, and 0, 3, Gaim, Baron, and Ryugen. So enough about the packaging. Not much to it. It's really cool looking, but it's a big box. This thing was disassembled originally. But without further ado, let's take a look at Suika arms. Alright, so the main feature of Suika arms is that it can transform into an armor mode. In order to do this, you do need a Kamen Rider Gaim figure. Luckily, they include this one. It's not very articulated, you can only move it at the shoulders and the thigh, but it does accomplish what needs to be done, which is transform into Suika arms. He's got a slot in his head and clips on his shoulders, so he is arm change compatible if you like. Nice little stand-in piece. But overall, he has 2 paint apps, one for the visor, red color to match Suika arms, and the gold crest. Other than that, he has a clip on his back to help with the transformation. That's about it. Now, of course, being in big ball mode, Gaim can hop inside and use it as a little battle armor, and you can click him in place, and there you go. Unfortunately, you cannot reattach the stem, but you can have Gaim popping his head out there, being like, "Hey, bravo, you nothing, just destroy my armor." And then Bravo does, and then it becomes the armor mode, which we'll go into next. First, we'll take out Gaim. So, the armor mode is the first mode we saw in the series, so I'm going to cover that first. Then we'll kind of backtrack to gyro mode. So first off, you want to fold this up, fold these pieces down, untab the backpack, or the back piece, like that. You want to untab the shoulder pieces from the bottom, like so. Coming around here, you want to split this open like this, bring the legs from the back, fold down the foot, bring the leg down, fold down the foot, click the back piece into place. Now, the easy part. You untab this to become the shoulders, untab this to become the shoulders. You want to take this piece, flip this up, fold this in and back. Rotate that all up, bring his arms out, unfold his hands, flip these little tabs in, take your Gaim, tab his feet down there, click them into place up here, move your turntable out of the way so you can actually see what's going on here. Lastly, you just fold up these leg guards, bring down this piece here, fold down the chest piece, bring down the shoulders, take the stem, this piece comes off, and lastly you can attach his head on there. And there is Suika Arms Armor Mode, which looks really freaking cool, especially when you take the stem piece and fold it out into the giant Suika Naginata of Doom, which looks really cool and is really big, and he holds it very well. I like the grippy hands. They remind me of the Shochaku Henshin hands that are on the arms change figures themselves. So overall, this is really impressive. It's a giant mecha suit. You got a nice Shogun helmet on the top here with a watermelon slice in his head. You can see that the head is attached back here. If there was no figure inside, there would be no way of it balancing. It requires a figure's head to be there. You can see the nice black stripe detail works really well. The Naginata, of course, is a couple watermelon slices, which is fantastic. And you can see the detail is well replicated. Knees, little gold pieces, great things. You also do have these handles here, which we'll get into later. Articulation-wise, it's all in the arms. He's got ratcheted shoulders, which work great. Elbows, it's not a bicep swivel, it's a below the knee swivel, or below the elbow swivel. Wrist swivel, and articulated hands, which works really well. So overall, Suika Arms is impressive. He's impressive to look at. He's more of a display piece, kind of a fun play piece, than our super articulated Suika Arms. If we ever get a figure art Suika Arms, I'd be surprised. His legs have no articulation due to the transformation, and his head has an articulation because of the figure. But that is an issue we can solve. So the thing is that because this figure has no neck articulation, you can't give him neck articulation. But since this is the same size as a normal arms change figure, let's just use a normal arms change figure. Here is Gaim's pre-arm state. His feet peg in nicely to the holes in his feet peg in nicely there. Got them all lined up. Bring this down. Bring these up. Put the helmet on. And bam! You untab the helmet, and now he's got neck articulation. It is kind of a loose fit with the helmet, but now he does have a ball-jointed neck in this form. And that is really cool. Plus, there are cuts in the helmet for his crest and Zangetsu's, which we will take a look at in a little bit. So as you can see now, he can look side to side as he's about to slash some Bravos. I'm just going to use the example of Bravo because that's who he first fought. And overall, really cool. Plus, inside there, his body's kind of twisted so he can look even further. So really neat that it does give you the option of having neck articulation if you just have the right figure inside. Of course, you can put any arms change pre-arm state inside, and that's pretty cool. I don't really want to cover it too much because it really doesn't change much in armor mode. Now, he does like to lean forward, I've noticed, or it's seemingly like he's leaning forward, but really he isn't. The Naginata is heavy, though, so you can see he is leaning forward. But there's not much you can do. So overall, really cool. The armor mode does have the restriction of no leg articulation. That really does hinder it for the amount of poses you can have. But for what he can do with an articulated figure inside is pretty impressive. Because the second you move his leg, he's going to collapse. That's kind of a dorky looking pose. Also, I'm impressed because the helmet does have a piece to fill in the visor so that Gaim can actually have the proper eyes when he's inside. So, really cool overall. I'm going to turn the head, put this helmet on. So yeah, really neat. The armor mode is really cool, and I do think it is awesome. It looks great. and really is fantastic. I love the way Watermelon Arms looks, and I love the way this figure portrays it. Now, like I said, there's also gyro mode. The gyro mode we've seen only once in the series, in episode, what was it, 11 or 12? I think it was 12. And to do that, we want to take off the helmet first, remove the naginata, take this, flip this up. We're going to leave Gaim inside, because you can fully transform this with Gaim inside. So you want to bring these two pieces down, fold them out, bring up the arms like this, and point the fingers forward because they become guns. Go ahead and move Gaim's hands into these handles, which is possible because of the articulation on Gaim. The non-articulate Gaim can also do this, but not as clean. So then next, you want to fold. I'm going to go ahead and unfold all these pieces to make this nice little armor look. Rotate these down. In fact, you can also, yeah, let's do this. This is the official way to do it. Bring these out. So you see that you notice the gyros there. This folds down over his face. Next, you want to fold this piece up. You don't want to collapse the legs. In fact, you just want to bring them back like this. Click the feet, and you'll notice this back plate stays. And now gyro mode got really short, which means it needs a boost. That boost will be my magical turntable. Lastly, you want to reconnect the stem piece to the helmet piece like this, and make sure that it stays like that. And bring this around, clicking the helmet back into place here. Therefore, presenting gyro mode. Again, can be used by any arms change figure. In fact, I will post a slideshow of images. Right now, you are noticing that Baron, Ryugen, and Zangetsu can all use Suika arms in gyro mode, where it matters because you can actually tell who's piloting the thing, as opposed to armor mode, where you can't. But back to Gaim in the Suika arms gyro mode. And overall, this looks pretty cool. I can do a 3D turnaround with this one. It's kind of a halfway transformation step. In fact, he's in gyro mode for half a second before going to armor mode. Overall, not bad. It's a nice transformation. I think it's a nice rearrangement of parts to give it a flight mode, considering that while it's fast, it's still big and takes longer to move. So having the ability of flight is great. Plus, you can be like a kid and go, wee, flies, and yeah. That's just me. Anyways, really cool mode. So overall, I would highly recommend the Kamen Rider Gaim Deluxe Suika Arms to any Arms Change series collector. It's also a great piece on its own, since it comes with its own Gaim. And overall, definitely recommended. It retails for about $50. Shipping's a little expensive. I did pay about $43 for this, plus Legend Rider Arms shipped from Ami. But if you can afford it, or if you get some money for a birthday type thing, or if this thing goes down in price in a little while, definitely recommend it. It's costly, but it's fun. If you're a fan of Super Sentai Mecha and want a transformable figure that poses okay, then it's great. If you're looking for a highly articulated version, you might want to wait for a figure art. That may never happen. We shall see. But overall, I would definitely recommend it to fans of the Arms Change series, and I think it's really cool. And I'm glad that I was able to get it. So be sure to check out HeroTaku.com for Kamen Rider Gaim news and more. Discuss Kamen Rider Gaim on the HeroTaku forums. And also check out Kamen Rider Gaim music and podcasts at Radio Nihon. Talking to Sound saying goodbye.